Marko here from Fair Realty. This video is for those that are potentially interested in using my services to help them purchase a property as a buyer's agent. I made one of these videos 11 years ago, and then I made another one 3 years ago. And in particular, the one I made 3 years ago was really well received, so I'm doing an update for 2023. So first of all, a bit about me. My parents immigrated to Canada from Croatia when I was in grade 3. I went to Oakland's elementary school, then I went to Lansdowne Middle School, then I graduated from Victoria High School in 2004, so that's 19 years ago now. Then I went to Thompson Rivers University. After that, I worked at Island Health as a respiratory therapist in intensive care and emerged at the Jubilee and also the neonatal unit at Victoria General during that time. I also went back to UBC and got my Master's of Healthcare Administration. And even though I enjoyed my 4 years at Island Health, a lot of my friends are still people I met while working at Island Health. I wasn't really passionate about healthcare. My father, he was always in construction, first as a stonemason. When I was a teenager, I used to help him mix mortar, carry rocks. And then later on, when my father had a bit more money, he was able to transition into building homes as a licensed builder. And I always loved construction and real estate. It was something I was passionate about. So in 2010, I made the switch from healthcare to becoming a licensed realtor. And for the last 13 years, I've been selling real estate full time. At this point, I have over 1,000 transactions under my belt. I can't say I've seen it all, but I've seen a lot, from disastrous inspections to missed buried oil tanks, to very problematic tenancy situations, to many deals collapsing on financing and various financing issues, and dealing with complicated strata corporation situations, land title issues such as rights of way, easements, covenants, etc. Through 1,000 transactions in Victoria, I've gained a lot of really valuable experience that I can pass on to each individual client navigating their own purchase and helping them avoid critical pitfalls. Secondly, me and my father also now co-own Juras Construction. I can't say I'm on site very often on the construction sites because I do real estate sales full time. So don't ask me what type of hanger to use to frame a deck. But I'm responsible for all the lot purchases. I design the primary layouts and design of the homes. I deal with the permitting process with the municipalities and the sales of these homes. So a lot of valuable experience also comes with that. Also, there's been things and projects in the last 15 years where I've screwed up. For example, 11 years ago, I thought we should renovate a property and flip it. And I picked the wrong property in Sunnymead. We renovated it, but then we couldn't sell it, and we took a loss on this project. But I learned a ton from that project and losing money on it, and I haven't made those mistakes since then. And since then, we've had nothing but one successful project after another at Juras Construction. And from some of those mistakes I made in the past in real estate, I can help advise my clients so they don't make the same mistakes if, for example, they're planning to purchase a property that they want to renovate. In terms of personality and how I operate, you can Google my name. A lot of people have left me very genuine reviews. You can also Reddit search my name as well and see what local Victorians have to say about me when you search, for example, Realtor Victoria BC Reddit. But for the most part, I'm very laid back, which does not mean that I'm lazy. All the due diligence still gets done. However, if you're the type of personality that's going to call a realtor on a Saturday at 8 p.m. and you want to see a house Sunday 9 a.m. and that house has been on the market for 3 months, I'm probably not the right fit. I do expect people to exercise some sort of common sense, and if they want to view properties, for example, to give me reasonable notice. I operate really well via email. The reason behind that is when people email me, a question or to have an inquiry about a property, I can look everything up. I can send back attachments to that property. I can sit down and type out my thoughts and my advice with supporting documents, versus if people are phoning me at 8 p.m. once again on a Saturday night about a property. There's sometimes 3,000-4,000 listings in Victoria. I'm not going to have all the information available off the top of my head. So for people that do like to communicate via email, that is something I personally excel at. I try to answer all emails within 3 to 4 hours, and I certainly answer everything time sensitive within a 24-hour period. The one thing that's probably changed the most since my last update 3 years ago is now I have a great colleague that works with me, sits in my office here right beside me. And the nice thing about that is if I have to take a few days off or I want to go hiking on a Sunday, he's available when I'm not, and we're very like-minded and we have a very similar knowledge base. So the service is uninterrupted 365 days a year, because when you're doing the amount of volume I do, it pretty much is a 365-day-a-year job in terms of showings, writing offers, listing presentations, which I did for the first few years of my career, but it's not really sustainable. So having a colleague that's like-minded and knowledgeable the last 3 years has proven to be an amazing asset. You can read more about him on my website. When I've gone away and he's taken over my clients, everyone's been super happy with great feedback. Some people actually probably prefer working with him over me. So if this is something that might interest you in terms of a working relationship to help you purchase a property in Victoria, BC, feel free to send me an email and I'll get right back to you. That's it for now. Marko Juras, Fair Realty.